On March 31st, 1999, the Walt Disney Company released 10 Things I Hate About You under their Touchstone banner. It was based on William Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew, and while not the only Disney based off a Shakespeare play, it was one of the better ones. But The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride is the best one, and you can fight me on that. The movie stars Julia Stiles as Kat Stratford, a great, well-written feminist protagonist. Although honestly, the unsung hero of this movie is her English teacher, Mr. Morgan.
And Kat, I want to thank you for your point of view. I know how difficult it must be for you to overcome all those years of upper middle class suburban oppression. Must be tough. But the next time you storm the PTA, crusading for better lunch meat or whatever it is you white girls complain about, ask them why they can't buy a book written by a black man.
That's right, Mom.
Don't even get me started on you two.
No problem.
10 Things I Hate About You gained a pretty nice cult following, mainly with young feminist women. Due to this, 10 years later, Disney decided to adapt it to their teen skew TV network ABC Family, now Freeform. And oh boy, did they fuck it up. While I have many problems with this show, to keep things short, I'm just going to focus on one thing today. Cat. Hey, I'm Heather, the Una part of Unipumpkin, and today we're going to talk about how 10 Things I Hate About You, the series, ruined Kat Stratford. In the TV series, Kat is played by the brilliant actress Lindsay Shaw, who you might know as Mose from Ned's Declassified. While she's a great actress, she couldn't save Kat from the terrible writing. Now let's jump in and see just why the TV show fucked up Kat Stratford. Pumpkin and I are both feminists, and we both agree that Kat in the TV series is one of the worst written feminist characters, which is saying something because we've watched Big Green Yonder. She's a terrible feminist character, and here's why.
How do I look? Shallow. Thank you.
A big part of feminism is being allowed to like feminine things. It's a choice. But Kat doesn't seem to understand that. When she's mad at someone, she uses that as leverage to why she's better than them.
He didn't propose!
The one she's going to hate is mine. She's so far from being a feminist. It's like she just won The Bachelor.
Does Kat realize that usually people are excited when they're proposed to, whether or not they're a fucking feminist? Honestly, she's either the living embodiment of this meme, or she just has a personal vendetta against shiny objects.
Please, we're talking about teenagers. They're impressed by shiny objects.
Distracting you from setting the table.
I'm turning my giant carbon footprint into a cute little baby foot by converting my car into a biodiesel.
By yourself?
You think a woman can't do it?
Sure she can, if she's a mechanic. You do realize that this is your only car, and if you destroy it, I'm not getting you another one.
Relax, Dad. Printed a comprehensive instruction manual off the internet. Got 9 out of 10 stars.
Kat, I'm sure somewhere on the internet there's a manual on how to deliver a baby, but it doesn't mean you know your way around a uterus.
Yeah, trust me, Kat, you're no Audrey. I mean, her dad's totally in the right on this. You just can't WikiHow that shit. It's hard. Not that everything isn't already on WikiHow anyways. Okay, so the next thing I want to touch on is the fact that Kat is just one of the rudest people. She doesn't care about anyone but herself.
She doesn't seem like herself.
I know, isn't it great? Come on, Dad, she's obsessed with what other people think. Mom would not approve.
You know, your mother saw Bianca's ability to fearlessly dive into any social situation as one of her best traits.
She did?
She did. She also loved your respect for others and your sense of fairness, which is why I find it strange that someone so passionate about universal health care could lack any compassion for her own sister.
A major crisis. Chastity thinks I'm a goody-goody, which means soon the whole school will.
That is a major crisis. Ranks right up there with the global recession and the collapse of the Arctic shelf.
Can you sign this?
It'd be nice to have a real person other than Mr. Balzac and Mr. I.P. Freely.
I can't sign it. I don't support your cause.
Why not?
I heard what you said to Miss Summers.
Yeah, I thought my grade was unfair.
And you pooped on my paper to prove your point?
Mandela, no offense, you wrote about going to the county fair.
Hey, it hurts when someone tells you you're too fat to ride the Ferris wheel.
Someone told you that?
Oh my God, you didn't even read it.
Seriously?
Yes, you're seriously self-centered.
is that even possible? I volunteer at soup kitchens. My car is a biodiesel. I want to change the world.
Yeah, but sometimes you're so focused on the plight of the polar bear, you forget everything else. Eating, sleeping, other people's feelings.
And on top of that, she just says the most insensitive shit.
Our high school, where I'm going to become unpopular. My life isn't worth living.
Yes, it's way worse than having bound feet or wearing a burqa.
English.
That was awesome. It's like your mouth knows kung fu.
High school is like Vietnam, and these stupid flowers are Agent Orange.
You think that's funny? Hounds are on my to-do list.
Dad, relax. She's at a soccer game. The odds of her being kidnapped and sold into slavery are very slim. Pick it up. Oh, do you have trouble hearing? I'm sorry, is this auto shop or 1952?
You just like my wife. After watching some show on HGTV, she tried to rewire an antique lamp. Almost electrocuted herself.
Maybe it was a botched suicide attempt.
None of that stuff she says is witty, it's just horrifyingly offensive. The last thing I want to cover is her relationship with Patrick. It's one of the most unhealthy relationships I've ever seen written.
This is not funny. That was wrong.
What's wrong with those prices? Who pays that much?
All the other people in the restaurant.
Lighten up. That waiter was a jerk. What's the big deal?
The big deal is that I don't want to commit a crime on our first date.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a date.
Neither did I until you offered to pay.
Ah, but I didn't pay.
Ah, yes, I remember. Fine, this isn't a date.
What's your problem? I thought you were cool with this.
With what? With going on dates and not calling them dates? What's so terrible about a date?
Because a date comes with all these expectations on me. And I didn't sign. You want me to jump?
You're such a jerk.
Now I can tell you what I wanted to tell you.
Ooh, I'm on pins and needles. Let me guess. Is it the same thing you wanted to tell the girl downstairs?
Oh, I like you when you're jealous.
I'm not jealous. I'm appalled. There's a difference.
Look, I was gonna tell her she should stop stalking me.
Big words from the guy who shows up unannounced in my bedroom window at 11 o'clock at night. That's way past visiting hours.
You talk a lot. Hi.
Oh my God, you scared the bejesus out of me.
I miffed you.
What are you doing here?
Aren't you gonna say hello? Where do you think you're going?
Patrick?
We're going home.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
You're walking on two legs.
Okay.
Why don't you get in your broomstick and fly back to whatever Harry Potter movie you came from?
Stop it!
I don't want to hurt you. That's weird because I want to hurt you a lot. Let's go. Are you kidding me?
Alright. Sorry, guys. Whoever beats the crap out of each other is not with me.
Stay away from my girlfriend.
Alright, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest.